John Steenhuisen, leader of the Democratic Alliance. A man of sharp wit and sharper words, he stands as a beacon of opposition, a staunch critic of the ruling party. But who is the man behind the podium? What secrets lie buried beneath the surface of his polished persona? This exploration delves into the making of John Steenhuisen, peeling back the layers of his public image to reveal the man, his past, and the controversies that have dogged his steps. Prepare to be surprised. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew. This journey will take us through the corridors of power, into the shadows of his past, and ultimately to a judgment of his fitness to lead. Steenhuisen's political journey began early. A young man driven by ambition, he entered the Durban City Council at the tender age of 22. He quickly rose through the ranks, his sharp intellect and even sharper tongue marking him as a force to be reckoned with. His time in local government was marked by both success and controversy. He earned praise for his dedication and work ethic, but also attracted criticism for his confrontational style. This early period foreshadowed the man he would become, a politician unafraid of ruffling feathers, a leader willing to take on the establishment. Steenhuisen's rise to prominence has not been without its share of whispers and shadows. Allegations of impropriety and scandal have followed him throughout his career. While some have been dismissed as political mudslinging, others have raised serious questions about his judgment and integrity. One such controversy involved allegations of irregular expenditure during his tenure as a member of the executive committee in the KwaZulu-Natal provincial government. These allegations, though never proven in a court of law, cast a long shadow over his reputation. Another controversy revolved around his personal life, with questions raised about his relationships and financial dealings. These personal scandals, while not directly related to his political career, served to further fuel the perception of him as a man of questionable character. To understand John Steenhuisen, one must delve into the world that shaped him. Born into a middle-class family in Durban, he was instilled with a strong work ethic and a belief in individual responsibility. His upbringing was steeped in the values of the liberal tradition, emphasizing personal freedom, limited government, and free market principles. These values would later form the bedrock of his political ideology. However, his worldview was also shaped by the tumultuous political landscape of apartheid-era South Africa. Witnessing the injustices and inequalities of the time, he developed a deep-seated aversion to racial discrimination and political oppression, values that would later align him with the Democratic Alliance. Steenhuisen's journey from ambitious young councillor to leader of the opposition is a testament to his drive and resilience. He has weathered numerous storms, both personal and political, emerging each time seemingly unscathed. His supporters point to his sharp intellect, his unwavering commitment to his principles, and his ability to connect with voters as evidence of his leadership qualities. They see him as a man of conviction, a leader who is not afraid to stand up for what he believes in, even in the face of adversity. However, his critics argue that his confrontational style, his history of controversy, and his perceived lack of empathy make him unfit to lead. They see him as a divisive figure, a politician more interested in scoring points than in building consensus. Steenhuisen's political education has been a long and arduous journey. He has climbed the ladder of power, learning the intricacies of governance and the art of political maneuvering. His time in local government provided him with a solid foundation in the practicalities of policy-making and service delivery. His subsequent rise through the ranks of the Democratic Alliance exposed him to the complexities of national politics, the challenges of building coalitions, and the importance of strategic communication. He honed his skills as a debater, a strategist, and a communicator, becoming a formidable force in parliamentary debates and political rallies. Through this journey, he has developed a deep understanding of the South African political landscape. its complexities, its fault lines, and its potential. He has learned to navigate the treacherous waters of political life, to anticipate the moves of his opponents, and to exploit opportunities to advance his party's agenda. Behind the carefully constructed persona, the sharp suits, and the witty retorts, lies a man driven by a complex mix of ambition, conviction, and a deep-seated desire to leave his mark on South African history. His critics accuse him of opportunism, of prioritizing personal ambition over the needs of the country. They point to his willingness to shift positions, to form alliances with unlikely partners, and to exploit divisions for political gain as evidence of his lack of principle. However, his supporters argue that his pragmatism, his willingness to compromise, and his ability to adapt to changing circumstances are essential qualities for a leader in a complex and rapidly evolving political landscape. They see him as a man who is willing to do whatever it takes to achieve his goals, a leader who is not afraid to make tough decisions, even if they prove unpopular. John Steenhuisen stands at a crossroads. He has risen to the pinnacle of opposition politics, becoming a symbol of resistance against the ruling party. But the question remains, is he fit to lead? His journey has been marked by both triumphs and controversies, by moments of brilliance and instances of questionable judgment. He is a complex and enigmatic figure, a man who inspires both admiration and animosity in equal measure. Ultimately, the judgment of his fitness to lead rests with the South African people. Only time will tell whether he will rise to the challenge, whether he will overcome the shadows of his past, and whether he will prove himself worthy of the trust that his supporters have placed in him.